These are the starters, ranked from worst to best for Pokemon Reborn and Pokemon Rejuvenation. I will have a separate list for each game, and I'll explain why shortly. First, I would like to demonstrate firsthand how I'm ranking these starters, and what better mon to sacrifice to the tearless gods than Squirtle, the worst starter in Pokemon Reborn. Squirtle has average stats, an unspectacular learn set, a bad hidden ability, and the water type with no other subtypes. These traits all make him a poor pick for a starter, especially the last point, as water is a terrible type for the first few gyms. In addition to this, and perhaps due to these very reasons, Squirtle is also the first starter you can catch out in the wild. So in summary, there is just no real reason why anyone should pick it. Besides if you just find it cute or something, I don't know. In a similar light, Tepig is the worst starter in Pokemon Rejuvenation, lacking a useful ability and taking too long to obtain its most useful moves. It is also awkwardly slow, which doesn't help its bad defensive typing. Emboar is not the second worst starter in Pokemon Reborn, however, because it has a nice typing for the first few gyms. Oshawott, a cute, adorable, unforgettable friend from the Black and White anime and the Generation 5 games. Unfortunately, this Pokemon is bad because it had relatively the same issues as Squirtle in Reborn, albeit to a lesser extent. Shell Armor isn't good. In fact, it's better off running Torrent. It gets a decent move pool, including Aqua Jet and Swords Dance, but has a strange, specially oriented stat spread and zero coverage, minus the amazing bug coverage. This, in addition to the first few gyms being very hostile to water types in general, puts it at the second to last place in the start options for Rejuvenation and the third for Reborn. Do note that, however, Oshawott is a crest in Rejuvenation, an item that gives Samurott the fighting type same attack stat bonus and resistances. However, I think this is a bit too late, but you know, it does give Samurott a well-needed edge on Emboar. Note that all starters from here on out are great and have some interesting and useful niche. Totodile and Cyndaquil share a place as interesting but slightly underpowered starters in Reborn, as Totodile has a poor typing for early game and Cyndaquil doesn't really shine until the 6th gym. However, both of them rise in Pokemon Rejuvenation as they have special crests that make them far stronger than their Reborn counterparts. Chikorita and Rowlet also share a place in Pokemon Reborn. Rowlet, into Decidueye, is great for being a general early ghost type. It also has a great typing for early game and becomes a slow pivot with U-turn, allowing you to go into a frail/fast attacker later on. Chikorita gets access to Light Screen and Reflect via level up, and due to the earliness of Light Clay, you can easily set up dual screens. Both of them get Nature Power, one of the best TMs in the game. In Rejuvenation, Chikorita is a bit above Decidueye because it is buffed a notch with its signature crest. Chespin is great in Pokemon Reborn due to its Pin Missile making short work of the Grass Gym, its Spiky Shield being great for doubles, its access to Rollout being great for singles, and its access to Leech Seed. However, it does fall off eventually and no longer has as many niches in Rejuvenation. Bulbasaur is an interesting Pokemon. In Reborn, it solos every singles battle via Sleep, Powder, Growth, and Nature Power and Sun. But that's only applicable on teams oriented around the Sun weather. In Pokemon Rejuvenation, Bulbasaur also lacks Nature Power and is thus much less effective. Quick timestamp! All of the Pokemon after this message are incredibly good and all worth picking as a starter. If you like any of them particularly and don't care about having the very best, then it's perfectly fine to pick them as a starter. Turtwig, famous for learning Earthquake on level up, is great for both Reborn and Rejuvenation, especially the latter game, as it grants the player a crest item to make Torterra especially useful. With Curse and Decent Bulk, it can tank hits and deal back damage in return, and it can shatter fields with Earthquake. So, pretty good. Popplio is in a similar position to Turtwig, only that it gets Hyper Voice for breaking fields and just has an amazing type, alongside great moves on level up and awesome synergy with Torrent. It can easily solo Julia with a Torrent-boosted Aqua Jet and does very well for every single later game battle.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Charmander marks off B tier as the starter everyone knows and loves. In the Sun, it hits immensely hard thanks to the solar power ability and breaks most battles to your favor. Outside of Sun, it destroys the first two gyms with Dragon Rage and does very well with a high special attack for singles. Sobble has an amazing learn set and fantastic stats with a smooth learning curve. I'd recommend this starter for beginners. With Torrent, Inteleon can deal massive damage to any enemy Pokemon, and with Sniper, crit them for even more. Scope Lens is also in the game very early on, so great for that. U-Turn Sucker Punch early game is also not to be underestimated. In general, very good. Fennekin has a fantastic ability and type combination for early game in both Reborn and Rejuvenation. Robbing items is real handy, and it learns great moves like Mystical Fire and Side Shock by level up. Treecko has the awesome ability to outspeed everything with Unburden, proccing with the great by themselves Terrain Seeds. As a combination, Sceptile and Terrain Seeds can thus do great things for you throughout the game, and you know what? This is a little tip. Don't evolve your Treecko, because Treecko gets Giga Drain at level 21. And Giga Drain is one of the best grass moves, so you'll want that. Chimchar is an alright starter up until the 3rd gym, where it becomes crazy good with close combat, annihilating anything that doesn't resist. It also has a crest, which is decent but not amazing.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Piplup is goated. Really, it's adorable, and its final evolution, King Dedede, hits very hard with Surf and sweeps with agility. As a water steel type, its resistances are diverse and extremely handy. Although it does lose its fire resistance, unfortunately. It covers for that with a devastating Surf after or before consuming Papaya Berry. Do not evolve Snivy. Don't. You want Snivy to stay a little Armed Grass Neck for a while because it learns Leaf Storm earlier. And once it does, it annihilates singles and doubles battles alike and can set grassy terrain as an egg move. I don't like egg moves. But you know what I do like? I like Mudkip. Mudkip is great because it's water ground typing, which only falls to grass. In doubles, it can use Protect to bait out grass moves while a teammate attacks, and then switch into a grass resist. And if there are no grass moves, Earthquake, Earthquake, Earthquake. Greninja, Pokemon of the Year, is remarkably and marketably excellent. The protein ability lets it do fun stuff like this. And its move pool of Ghost, Normal, Ground, and Dark allows it to be immune to 5 types all at once. Map Block, a move that only Greninja gets, is great as well, and lets it bait out a Psychic move right into a Night Slash. Litten is amazing. Packing the ability Intimidate, Bulk Up, Power Trip, and Substitute. This lets Incineroar pivot into attacks, debuff the opponent, and then either switch out or set up and destroy. Although brought down by its immense slowness, Incineroar is still an absolutely amazing Pokemon. It can solo many battles just by itself. Fields are a crucial part of Pokemon Rejuvenation, and Grookey sets one. The Grassy Surge ability allows Rillaboom to not only hit immensely hard, I mean seriously look at this shouldn't even exist, but also provide invaluable support to its teammates in the form of buffing fire and passive healing. This is great as having a home field advantage will help you against basically every single opponent. In fact, I've made a synergy for you right here. Coil's Viper plus Grassy Surge Grookey is a fantastic combination as Coil's effect is doubled in grassy terrain. Try it out. Scorbunny, the best starter in Sword and Shield, proves to be the best starter out of its trio, even in Rejuvenation. With a great learn set and the same ability as Greninja, it can bait attacks and change fields with ease. There is rarely going to be a case where Scorbunny is ineffective, so feel safe about picking this as your starter. Torchic is infamous for being the best starter in Pokemon Reborn. It has Speed Boost, an insane ability that raises your speed every single turn, and many great physical moves like High Jump Kick, Blaze Kick, and even Bounce to change fields. Anyways, if you want easy mode, Torchic is your pick. And that's all for this list. Like and subscribe to my 4 Facebook accounts. And bye. Da 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 da. Wait, I think I'm missing something. Rising from the Reborn grave, Squirtle is our final starter on this list. Although it is hot garbage in Pokemon Reborn, Rejuvenation gives it a very special tool. Generation 8, Sword and Shield allows Squirtle access to Shell Smash at level 24, giving you an incredibly powerful sweeper at the earliest stage of the game. Every point against Squirtle is made moot by this one move. Yes, and it will do us well to hail Blastoise as our new starter lore. Anyways, that's where the video ends. Let me know if your personal starter rankings are different from mine. Like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, stay excellent.